This is the view from my campsite. I'm at Magnolia Ridge Campground. It's U.S. Corps of Engineer campground. And it's summer and 95 plus degrees. So the campground's pretty much empty. There's maybe 5 other campers in the whole area. Because not too many people want to camp in Texas in the summer. However, I'm on my way to Michigan, and this is my first stop. Now, mind you, the stop was only an hour and a half from my starting point. Hello, doggies! But I did that on purpose because I wanted to see what this place was like. And here's my new to me Pleasure Way, 1995 Pleasure Way. It drove from Alabama to Florida, Florida to Texas, and now it's on its way to Michigan. At least I sure hope so. I want to go to Michigan and visit family. Now, you may wonder why I've got a shirt hanging off my mirror. Well, I went to McDonald's yesterday and I took 4 ketchup packets and I only needed 3. So one of them was in the bag. Oh my gosh, it was in the bag. And the dogs got a hold of it, and I found a ketchup packet in my bed last night. And foolish me, not thinking, well, if the packet's here, it's probably now got a hole in it. It looked like it was still full. If they get them, usually they empty them. This one was full, so I picked it up and I squeezed it. And a thin stream of ketchup shot out of there and all over my blouse. So the dogs decided they would try and lick it off my blouse, my shirt. What was I thinking? Of course, if the dogs got it, it probably had a hole in it. They just hadn't managed to suck the ketchup out yet. Anyway, this is just a real pretty place. As long as you don't mind the biting insects. There's some kind of insect, I don't know the name of it. I used to know the name of it, but I don't anymore. And they were swarming me. I had 3 of them on one arm, 2 on a leg, 1 on my head, all at the same time. Here's the view across the street. I have a long, shady campsite. And right over there, this morning when I was walking the dogs saw it before I did. There was a deer. I saw the back end of it after Ginger barked. The deer took off. But listen. You hear the quiet? Cicadas. It's a 360 of my campsite. You would think with all of the swampy area there that there'd be a cajillion mosquitoes, but there really weren't. Anyway, this is Site 23 at Magnolia Ridge Park, Corps of Engineer Campground in Texas. So pretty. You hear the birds? Oh, there is a fish jumping. Oh, and here comes those bitey things. Hello, babies. Hello, babies. It's hard to wrestle with those leashes, isn't it? I didn't know when I came here up to the guard shack to pay to stay, seeing as it's my first time here. I didn't know there was going to be all this cedar and swampy stuff. It said I was having a lakeside site. Well, you have to drive over here to the boat ramp to actually see the lake. But it's all real pretty. I don't know if you can see off in the distance the trees submerged. Yeah. It's all from Dam B, the letter B. Dam B. No, I'm not cussing. That's its name. Dam B. Here's the boat ramp. And looking out into the lake, a little part of it that we can see from here. And the rules and regs. You can see that this giant salvinia is here. It's in so many places and it is absolutely horrendous. It multiplies really, really fast and kills off all of the normal vegetation and then the fish. Here's something new. Ginger has decided she wants to help me drive. Oh my. I keep putting her off. She keeps jumping on. But while we're in the campground, I don't mind. But on the highway, nope. She's gonna have to stay off. Hello, Ginger. Oh, such a nice puppy. Yes, such a nice puppy. Well, welcome back to camp on my first night of this over 1,000-mile trip. And what should I see or not see? My chair. Somebody stole my chair while I went to the store. I checked with management. They didn't move it. I drove around the park. I didn't see it. So somebody decided they liked my chair. That was the only chair I had to travel with. Thankfully, management had a chair to give me. It was kind of broken, but if I sit really carefully and don't use the armrests, it might last for today. My. Not a very wonderful start to the trip, I have to say. Somebody stole my chair. I shopped hard for that chair. High back, little pillow that flips back, the chair leans back. And now it's gone. Bye-bye, chair. Bye-bye, chair. This tree is really big. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it's a big one. Look at this. Fallen over. But what amazes me about this tree is that the root ball is so small. I mean, look at the size of that thing. And the root, oh, hello dragonfly landing on my camera. The root just doesn't seem that big. Now, yes, some of the roots were snapped off, but for the size of the trunk, it just seems disproportionate. Don't you think? Seems like that to me anyway. Every time I walk past it, I think, man, that root ball should be twice as big, at least. And not very deep either. I mean, look at that. Not very deep at all. Wow. Go figure. Do you know what kind of tree this is? I don't know. It's an unusual bark. And this is for all the folks that haven't seen a magnolia tree. They grow pretty big. That one's way up there. I noticed whenever I'm walking the dogs, it kind of smells nice when I get to this part of the road. So I figure it's got to be the magnolias, even though they're not blooming. Pretty. Now this is something we didn't see a whole lot of up in Michigan where I grew up. I saw some of these pod things laying on the ground while I was walking the dogs. I thought, what in the world are those? Then I saw them on this tree. Magnolia tree, I think. I guess this is what turns into the flowers. Or does the flower turn into the seed pod? I don't know. If any of you know, let me know. Oh, there goes those deer flies again. This is the sorry. This is the nasty thing that is biting. I asked at the ranger office and they said it is a deer fly and that it has a nasty bite. And yes, it certainly does. This one this morning bit me. I was his last morsel. He's all done. Bye-bye, you nasty little biter.